Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. So in this video I'm talking about Norton Motorcycles, who apparently sold out to the Chinese. Yes, before they went into administration, the December of 2019, Stuart Garner signed a deal with a Chinese manufacturer to purchase the rights, the IP rights, the intellectual property of the 961 engine. Now, they claim that this deal was done before the company went into administration, hence it is not part of the administration process. Therefore, the deal is done, therefore the rights have been sold. The Chinese company owned that right. Now, the Chinese company in question is Jinliang Science and Technology Company Limited, and their director, Huang Kongwu, signed the contract with Stuart Garner in December 2019. And they currently make sort of small displacement engines, 125cc scooter engines, that kind of thing. And they supply engines to lots of other manufacturers as well. It's reported that they will be working with Italian design manufacturers and then using the 961 to start producing motorcycles of that size that can hold the 961 engine. So whilst the 961 engine from Norton is dead and buried, as it were, a new motorcycle with that Norton engine will be now called Jinliang 961. We would assume, or something of the sort. That will be produced by the Chinese manufacturer, and potentially it could be sold all over the world. As yet, we don't know what the intentions are, but a statement from the Jinliang Science and Technology Company, the director, said that they are intending to release this engine in a new motorcycle frame and to start producing larger motorcycles for their market and also for foreign markets as well. Now, many have always wondered what was going on behind the scenes at Norton and what was happening with their relationship with Chinese manufacturers. We'd always assumed that some of the rights, some of the technology was being sold off in dribs and drabs. But this is a big deal here. This is a big engine, the 961 engine, and that is obviously being sold and not part of the administration process, so it's not part of Norton anymore. Now, when the company went into administration, there was an expose by UK media into the role of the UK government and how it funded Norton Motorcycles, but also how it had Norton as the poster child, as it were, in relationships, ongoing trade negotiations with China. Now, one has to wonder what has been going on here. You've got a company that sold its 961 intellectual property rights to another company in China. And you got to wonder, well, why would they do that? What has been going on behind the scenes? You know, the conspiracy theorists out there must be having a field day to say, well, actually, there's trade negotiations between the British government and the Chinese government. You've got a company in place here that have been getting into financial difficulty. They've had government loans. That's all disappeared. Were they made to sell the intellectual property rights of the 961 to Jinliang? Who knows? I mean, this is fanciful stuff, isn't it? Or is it a case that Norton were just so heavily in debt that they had to raise some capital somewhere, and by selling the 961 intellectual property rights and the tooling, of course, and everything that goes along with it, that's all being shifted off to China. Then actually they could get some money back, and then they could still have production 961 engines shipped over to them from China, we would assume at a fraction of the cost perhaps what Norton could produce them themselves. It's an interesting thing to discuss, certainly. As I say, conspiracy theorists out there might suggest there is some kind of relationship there with the UK government and the decision to sell that on. I would say probably this is more that Norton and Stuart Garner, they had to raise funds. They had to find some way of trying to salvage the company. But certainly the news is out, and it's come out by Motorcycle Press in the UK that Norton did sell off the 961 engine. For what reason? Nobody really knows, but that deal was done. So potentially you could still see the 961 engine being produced in the future, and that lends itself to current 961 engine owners or motorcycles with the 961, the future of being able to get parts for that machine as well. Anyway, if I have any more information, I'll be sure to bring it to you, but that's the latest from the Norton saga, which just seems to go on and on. But catch us on the next video whenever that is. Please like, share, subscribe, and check out the website RevelatorAlf.com. I'll catch you again. Bye now.
RevelatorAlf.